Yeah. Greetings and salutation, guys and gals, people and pals. It's the gentleman Certero, and we're here with a very special guest, AyeMarkyMarkYouTube. Welcome,
What's
Marky
up?
Mark. Please say hi.
How's it going? How's it going? Thank you so much for having me in your YouTube, man. Happy to be here.
No, thank you. Just first of all, let me just say thank you. How much you have been like becoming a pillar of the community. You're there talking about builds. You're there just talking about the game in general. Like, you have a lot of passion. So just taking this time, I want to say thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I'm taken. I'm happy to be here for the community, and honestly, the community is growing. As much as people are saying this game is dying, I feel like there's new faces and
Every day.
new players every day, man.
Yeah.
So happy to see this game continue to grow despite of all the backlash and the drama it's been having. But I'm still pretty confident that this game is gonna make it far.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of confidence as well. I mean, just the IP alone will carry the game for at least a year minimum. So
Pretty much.
So I did want to basically just have a conversation and pick your brain about the game, because like to some, they know you as a whale, so that's one thing. You have invested in the game, so that's a passion that you have, that you are not just invested in time, but you actually chose to invest your money into it. Can you like go into like why this game and why you chose to whale?
So I wouldn't say like me whaling would be like a mistake or anything like that, or I wasn't intentionally to spend this much money. But for me, when it comes to brand new games, I actually want to get as far as I can before everyone, especially when there's like a leaderboard.
Yeah.
That's like the beauty and the sad part of like when it comes to these gacha games when it's brand new. Like, you want to push yourself to the best on, I guess, your own server or where the game stands.
Yeah, top
And
3 or top 1 if you can, right?
or something, right? Like, I didn't realize, like, to get up there was gonna cost this much at this point of the game at the moment. But for me, I just like, I've been telling a few people, like, I had no idea that this game was even gonna release. Like, I never even knew there was a Chinese version, Taiwanese version. I was telling you earlier, I just saw this video on an ad on like Facebook or YouTube. So I was like, you know what? Let me pre-download this game, and then when it released on global, I actually wasn't even expecting to wake up during when it released, because I remember it was like a Sunday EST at midnight. That's when it released. And I fell asleep already, but I woke up exactly at midnight and I got a notification saying, "Hey,
No
Street
way.
Fighter live." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, let me try it out. Let me play. Like, I'm energized. I took a nap already, or wasn't even thinking.
I mean, it was meant to be. You woke up right at the moment servers open. That's awesome.
Like, the moment the servers open, I logged in. Like, I didn't even know that I was in server 10. Like, I just logged in. I didn't even know what server I was in. I just like went to the trials or like the intro and everything. And I just kept trying to progress. And then like the first hour seemed interesting. Like, it wasn't really my cup of tea of game, because lately, prior to this game, all I've been playing was Mobile Legends. So that's a MOBA game, which is completely different.
Yeah. You're more active in the mobile game, and you actually like controlling lanes and stuff.
For this game to catch my attention, it was very different. So I'm always the type of person, give it a shot. Let me try it out, see if I like it or not. I don't want to just base it off, an ad or a video. I want to try it out for myself. And the first hour, I mean, the only thing that was open was the chapter modes and then the battle arena. All I remember was, I think I got Poison as like my first A character. That was in my lineup with Ken, that's for sure. And then I just went straight to battle arena, just trying to see how high I could get. I actually have a screenshot. I was the top one in that arena, like the 30th or 40th minute of this game.
Oh man, you just went in diving head first.
I just wanted to make sure, and I screenshot. I still have that. my combat power was like 16k.
That's amazing.
I was like, man, 16k, I'm up there. Like I'm number one. So that was like a nice achievement. Then after that, when I fell asleep, of course, everyone woke up and just kept going further. So I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
once
I
you
just
fall
went straight
asleep,
down
the
after.
world just keeps moving forward. Yeah.
Exactly. But other than that, honestly, like the game, for it to be an idle game, I just like how you have a lot to do. I mean, right
Hmm.
now at this point where I'm at, I'm kind of limited on what I can do. But even if you're free to play, you don't need to spend money to do a lot of things in this game.
Yeah.
And that's the games that I like to play is even if it's just dailies, there's a lot that you can do.
Yeah.
So resources wise is good. But as you can see, like everyone got an A plus Mad Ryu, right? I feel like that was a great route for the game because in the
It
beginning,
pushed
Mad
everyone.
Ryu Mad Ryu is busted, so I'm sure that's
Yeah.
everyone's first SS character or triple S character. So I wish that they can probably start doing that for future characters as well, not just for the people that just started. The
Yeah.
7-day login thing. That would really help because the main thing in this game, you want your characters to be SSS or SSS plus 5. And unfortunately, right now, free to play, it's kind of impossible to get them very maxed out to SSS plus 5, but at least you can get them to SSS. And most likely, your first one would be Mad Ryu
Yeah.
or maybe like Elena. But for the people that are trying to get Bison or Jury or Jen or Rose,
Good
if you're free
luck.
to, there's no point, honestly. I mean, if you get a copy of Bison, right, that can carry you for till like chapter 9 or chapter 10. But you gotta start looking at it like, okay, well, I'm not gonna spend the money to max this guy. Let me look for another tank. There's so many better tanks. I mean, not better. Of course, Bison's the best character in the game. You gotta utilize how you play the game. If you can't afford, unfortunately, I have to say afford, right? Because
Yeah.
he is like a gateway character.
Yeah. Exactly. He is behind a wall. Like, yeah, you could pull him, but like to be able to
Yeah,
purchase him off the rip, he immediately impacts your team.
yeah. So like, without getting further off topic though, but like, I've seen a couple people on Discord trying to re-roll their account for Bison. And in my mind, I'm like, you're trying to re-roll for Bison for what? Just to have that one copy? Like, it's no point, Like, you're kind of just wasting your time. Because if you don't plan to max him out, then what's the point? Because you're not going to be able to use him.
Yeah, he will
So,
hit a barrier. Even his immortality just will reach a limit in the higher
pretty
levels.
honestly, like, if my personal preference, other than Mad Ryu that everyone's maxing out right now as their main free-to-play character, would be Elena.
Elena.
Elena's heal, I mean, the only healer in the game, carries you so far. Like, even if she's not dealing damage, you could have like a trash team, but her just healing or constantly healing your team, just the longevity of the fight is what'll help you win, you know?
And then
Um,
if you get her fighting spirit at a higher level, she heals over time.
Heals over time.
Scales over health. That's just amazing. She's just nutty.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, honestly, like, so for me, how I also look at characters, I mean, at the beginning of the game, right? People want to just choose their favorite characters. Like, oh, like I know, for example, for you, I know you're Sir Dalsim, he is a good character.
To be fair, my favorite character is the B unit, so I can't main my favorite character. My favorite character is Ken, but he's food,
Oh,
so I had to choose the next best, which is it's Dawson. It would probably be Dawson.
yeah. But I feel like in the beginning of the game, I didn't even know, I wasn't looking at who was great or who was not.
Hmm.
I honestly was just summoning. Like, how people were re-rolling their
Yeah.
accounts. I didn't re-roll my account. The first summons that I got was Combat Guile. That's why I kind of just went with him. Like, I remember I kept talking about him when I
He's
was trying to
good,
progress.
man.
Everyone was like, bro, he's trash. I'm like, what do you mean?
No
like, I'm
way.
here using it. So what helped me build the team to progress without having to spend, quote unquote, more resources than I did, the faction units helped out a lot. Combat Gal is a lightning unit.
Yeah.
Elena's a lightning unit.
Yeah.
Mad Ryu is a lightning unit.
Huh?
And Honda,
You're good to go.
and Makoto and Makoto. Honestly, if you just use those 5 as a free-to-play player, you could just scratch wanting to get Bison or Rose. You can get far with just those 5 characters alone. And honestly, all the faction coins you'll get progressing to the chapters will help you get those characters to SS and above.
Yeah, absolutely.
People don't know that because they want to get all the characters. That's why, like, okay, well, I'm gonna summon the lightning banner, then I'll go to the wind, and then I'll go to fire. Just stick to one.
Yeah, they spread themselves too thin, and they don't realize the effectiveness of focus. Like it becomes really integral, especially like the higher level. I didn't know this. I learned it from your video with Pain, where he was like that the more SSS units you get, you're locked behind a wall of being 390, 395, 400, and you have to wait for the next unit to be SSS. And that blew my mind. I honestly did not know that. So I was like, man, all those people who have S units, and when they could have had at least 1 SSS or 2, they're gonna hit that wall for a longer period of time, because they're just so spread thin. It's gonna hurt them a lot.
Well, like for me, I believe once you break the level 240 barrier, because I know everyone's gonna get there someday. Because you need 200 breakstones, because you need 4 characters from level 239 to 240 before you unlock that feature.
Oh my!
So it's a gift and a curse. The curse with that is just the BS of like, wow, I leveled my character from 239, I spent 50,000 breakstones to just get him 1 level. Now you need 150,000 more breakstones, and that's gonna take a long time to just level your other characters, which is crazy to you, right?
Yeah.
But once you reach that threshold, you'll actually you'll refund everything. That's what I've been telling everyone. I ended up getting like 500,000, if not more, breakstones.
Wow.
500 million fighter EXP and 500 million cash. Like, you're getting all of that back, which is crazy.
No way.
But now you're not you can't reset your character anymore. You know how right now you could, like, okay, I don't want to use this character in my main lineup, I'm gonna reset and get all the resources back.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Oh, really?
So now the minimum level is the 4 that you have, and whoever is going to be inside that limit break is going to be the level now, right? So that's the new feature once you break that level 240 barrier, and it's honestly like a blessing, because you're not stressing out on like, man, like, who do I got to max out or anything. All you need right now, like for me especially, like I think my character's at like 290 something. I don't need breakstones. All the breakstones that I got from refund was from 240, so that's 50 levels. I didn't even need breakstones.
Wow, that's insane.
I mainly just needed fighter EXPs and cash, because dude, you're gonna need a lot of that when you come back. Like, that 500 million is just like that. It's crazy. Like, it'll just deplete. Like, you see so many people like, man, you have like 100 million, donate that. I'm like, bro, that's literally nothing. Like,
that's gone in one item level.
Like, when you start off the game, you're like, damn, like, this is gonna last me a long time.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, man, this is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's good that I'm getting all this, because it's like the way you're thinking about it is, it's like you have invested money into it, but you have a strategic mindset of like how you're going to invest in it and what you're going to invest in it. So I guess it's I do have a question. It would be a 2-parter. It would be what got you to saying, you know what, I'm going to invest? And then what did you invest in that you felt was like the best bang for your buck?
Okay, so when I began the game, I don't even think I was in this Discord server to know what people were buying in the mall or in the shop or anything like that. I was just basing it off thinking that I was doing the smart idea. But once I actually logged in here or joined the server, that's when I was like, wow, I wasted so much money on useless shit. Because the main thing, all I could say is that when you reach the threshold, let's say if your character is above 200, level 200, for example, right? The best bang for your buck is the poison pack, which is that girl that pops up on your screen every single time you either clear a stage or whatever.
Really?
It's a gift and a curse when you see her, because that 1,000% on those. I mean, I'm gonna speak as a whale right now.
Yeah.
Those $100 packs, you get to choose 3 different ones. I mean, I think it gradually changes every time.
Uh-huh.
Right now, my prizes for the $100 when you choose the three is 6,400 gems, 20,000 car summoning tokens. That's what I use. But I could either use like some gemstone or the breakstones or some, or not breakstones. Leveling their material or their I just went blank. But resources, right?
Yeah.
But the main thing I get, because that $100 pack, I use the 20,000 car summoning tokens. I get 80 divination tickets. 80.
That's
80.
good. That's
Even
a
though
lot.
I'm gonna get shafted, I don't give a f. 80. That's still a lot.
That
right?
is a lot. That's
And then on top of that, I'll get 56 24-hour either breakstones, fighter exp, or cash. That is the best solution you can get for that $100 you'll spend.
well, that's how they hook you.
The same $100 on the mall packs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing $100 on the divination tickets, 25 divination tickets for $100.
Oh my! And you get 80 for this other pack. That's nutty.
Yeah, so that's one thing I would say if you do want to spend the most money in this game to buy resources. Because honestly, when I was progressing in the game in the beginning, my main issue was breakstones. I'm sure that's everyone's issue, is the breakstones to break the character. I was buying those expensive packs to just get the breakstones, and I didn't realize the best pack was from that 1,000% that kept popping up in my screen.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, if I knew that sooner, excuse me, I was probably gonna be saving like $1,000, bro. Not even
And you probably would you say that you'd be farther ahead if you chose
I would
those?
be way farther
Oh
ahead
wow.
now, because that held me back. That held me back a lot, knowing that I could have just spent that and get more resources. I probably would still be where I'm at or close to it, but I at least would have had more resources and more equipment for all of my characters if I knew ahead of time. And then to answer your other question of what made me just want to invest in this game, I mean, I do say it's an invest, but honestly, like if you play gacha games a lot, you get tempted so fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like a casino. It's a mobile casino.
That's the sad part. It's like I could look at food and contemplate, damn, do I want to spend $20-$30 on this thing? But when you see $50 to $100 on a game, you're so quick to just say, you know what, fuck it, let me just go buy it, because it's like it's just a click of a button.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I was with F Sakura. F Sakura, she hooked, lined, and sinkered me. I was like, I knew the $100 thing was just a bait. I was like, okay, she's 50. Flat out, she's 50. That $100 thing doesn't exist. But
I didn't even
then
know about that until people kept talking about it, about like the description, how it's supposed to be 50% off. So,
yeah,
okay,
it's a bait. It's just a bait. It's just a bait, because like the first day, immediately everyone was like, so is your Sakura at $50? And I was like, okay, it's just, that's how it is. But then I started seeing like whales real quick, just all of them have her. I was like, why? I didn't understand it. And you know, it's kind of like the fear of missing out. Yeah.
That's honestly me. Like that's how I ended up buying her too, was seeing the whales have her and seeing the people in this Discord show how good she was. Because honestly, my lineup before all of that, before me even whaling, was, if I could remember, it was Elena, Mad Ryu, Combat Guile, and I think my tank was Honda or Makoto, but they were all like A faction units. They're S. Like they weren't even like where they're at now, until I just seen all these people just like, wait, why is there lineup with Bison? Why is there lineup with this? So speaking about Bison, that was the main FOMO that I had with this game, which made me actually spend a lot in this game, was that guy.
Bison?
I'm not even gonna lie, like.
But what's he worth?
He's worth, because he's the main character I'm using right now. Without him, I don't even think I could progress. Like how people are saying Monster, the Loner Ken that everyone got.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with Bison right now.
Yeah. Bison is powerful.
He's the best unit, and when people are saying he needs to be nerfed, I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, don't nerf this. I spent way too much money for this motherfucker to get nerfed.
Yeah,
What the heck?
exactly. Exactly. It was like, you think the
But,
whales are gonna allow him to get nerfed? Like, do you think the people who pulled them, like, by luck are gonna say, yeah, nerf him? No. The people who are nerfing and wanting them nerfed don't have them. That's it.
exactly. They don't realize, like, he's very vestable, or as in, like, it's worth maxing him out. Like how people are saying, people are complaining Monster Hunter Ken is so expensive, but seeing how Payne's Monster Hunter Ken was last night, like, it made me want to be like, man, do I really want to spend money on this guy? Or I'm telling myself not to spend money in this game as much as I already did.
But then
it's
you
like,
see
man,
him,
you
like, wow.
see him being like, wow, like, I want that,
Yeah.
you know?
I am gonna throw out one thing. Okay, so here's the thing where it's like, because again, I did watch that video, and Payne, like, his explanation on Monster Hunter Ken pretty much nailed it, like, on the head, because it was like, Bison is SSS because of immortality, power, all everything. There's so many reasons why he's SSS. Ken's capability of being able to just dump free damage off of combos, and not like wimpy damage. Homeboy is a truck. Every swing is a wrecking ball. Like the damage that I have on Gore Mangala, I'm like 2-3 million away, and that's just all Ken, just purely him alone. And people are not understanding, like, this man, like, every you started blasting, no, Ken just starts destroying people.
Yeah. I feel like what I liked about the game, like I always say, that despite him being expensive or hard to obtain, because I mean, of course, you have to spend money for him. The thing that the devs did, or what this game did great, was giving everyone at least a taste of how he is. So at least, even if they say, okay, well, he's gonna be an expensive character, but I'll actually give you a trial to see if you really want to invest into him.
I've never seen a game do that before, to be honest.
Yeah, and then that's the first for me as well. So that was big ups to them, because no gacha game is gonna do that. And then if that's gonna be every collab character, I don't mind.
Imagine if they do it for every character. They're like, oh, here's an Akuma. Just test him out, see if you like him. That'd be dope. I would.
It's crazy though. Other than, like, I would expect, these loners you could just, or not even expect, right? But you would think like a loner Ken could just help you in a certain game mode. The fact that you can put this guy in battle arena, everything
yeah.
for 3 days. I abused playing this game those 3 days because I knew that he was like on trial, right? So what's cool about the trial character as well, when your characters progress, he progresses as well.
Yep, and so you just make him stronger.
Highest faction character, he's gonna copy that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't edit his equips or anything, but hey, if you're getting up there, at least he'll go up there with you. So I find that a really great thing that this game did. I cleared a lot of content. Unfortunately, I got very spoiled with him.
I think everybody did, yeah.
Yeah, like I know everyone is still trying to complete chapter 16, and I'm here struggling at chapter 31, and it's two different worlds right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Payne showed it. It's
crazy because it's like I'm always interested to see how far the game can progress in such a short amount of time. Like progress as a player, whale or a free to play. When you get up there in such a short amount of time, like what can it provide for you? And from the video that I made with Payne last night, I could see that the game was actually not expecting these whales to try to progress to that extent. Like level 400 characters, like damn, like if you realize when you get up there, like okay, I'm just gonna give you a gist of it, right? $100 pack that I'm here talking to you about, I needed 5 EXPs. For example, I believe I need between 150 to 200 million fighter EXP to level up one time.
Wow, that's so much.
That's the, let's say, from level 289 to 290, right? So I mean, when you idle, you get a lot more fighter EXP, so it does help out.
Yeah.
But these players that are doing it to level 400, when you buy $100 pack for just Fighter EXP, those 24 hours, the quantity is 56, you'll get maybe 300 or 400. If you want to multiply that, that's like 2 to 3 levels. If I do $100 every 2 to 3 levels, I'm at level 290. Can you imagine a level 400 character?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of $100 packs that they
Yeah,
want. Because that's honestly the only way for them to get this amount of resources is buying that pack.
Yeah, so you're looking at like what, 1,000 or more per character.
Dude, you are those. I kid you not. The players who have characters above level 350 to 400, calculating wise, they spend roughly above $15,000. 15,000 to 20,000. I know Payne said he spent roughly 10 to 13. He just hit level 350, but I'm kind of just talking about the level 400 characters.
Yeah.
But for you to, on top of making it up there, you actually need all your characters to SSS. So he had to summon
so many to pull on dupes, just added on top of that.
So you're literally buying gems to spend in the choice recruits, as well as buying fighter EXPs, breakstones. That's the extent for me. Like, I know, like, I'm not to that extent of a whale. I mean, I guess you could still say I'm a whale, but compared to that amount, that's too much.
Those are megalodons. I remember
that's crazy for me to get up there.
It's funny because you mentioned like chapter 30 and stuff like that, because initially, if I'm not mistaken, the game first actually only had like 32 chapters, and I remember his name was Salty, the number one player, quote unquote, the number one player, because he whaled like 25k easily, and he got to a point where the story wouldn't show any units, so he actually had to message it into the game feedback of Discord, and Dino saw it and he was like, hey, did I beat the game, because I can't progress any farther. Then they had to go to the devs and was like, hey, someone got to where you didn't expect them, and they're like, all right, throw in another 60 something levels or something like that. Like, they were legitimately not expecting people to go this far, to push this hard.
That's the power of whales, right? But what's crazy, right? Like, regardless, like for me in my mindset, regardless of all the whales, all the backlash to the game, all the events, we still haven't even received Fashion Blanca.
Exactly.
That's the 28-day unit. And that's crazy to me, because everyone's like, man, this game died. Oh, I'm a refund. This game sucks. This game's gonna die tomorrow. I'm like, dude, this game is not even a month old, you know? Like,
exactly.
That's what's crazy to me, man. Like, that's what people need to realize, that this game, there's a lot to offer. I mean, it's not a perfect game, like what I said. It is very monetized. I will tell them that. But even how monetized it is, you can still get around it as a free-to-play. Yeah. I mean, I was actually thinking about starting off a new account as a free-to-play, create a series off of that. But honestly, like,
you should. That would be interesting to see, because like, I'm not gonna lie, I've learned so much on my free-to-play run that I post, and it's like, when I compare both accounts, I feel like my free-to-play is like miles ahead in terms of like being efficient, and like the plan is more concise, versus my other one. I was kind of like, all right, what am I doing? I don't know what the hell's going on. And so I would definitely love to see a free-to-play of you, like what your choices would do. Like, guys, thanks for watching part 1. Part 2 will come out soon, as soon as possible. Be ready for it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys felt with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay alive. Sir Turtle out.